This is Cliff Crag, and you can see this landmark from a lot of the area around here. When you go up in the Chevin and all that, you can see it. It's like a feature that's sort of sticking up on a mound, and then the cliffs go up. And a lot of people come here rock climbing all the time. Very, very popular for rock climbing. There's lots of parts to it. You can walk right round and through bits of it and everything. And there's people here, like, you know, camping out, and vans coming with all the rock climbing equipment. But it's actually quite muddy to walk up these fields to it. Yeah. We're not far. It's like near Hooby. It's just like about 4 or 5 miles north, or kind of northeast of Otley. You kind of drive down to Poole and then drive up towards the road towards Harrogate, and turn off there. It takes to these fields here. So there's been a red kite flying around while we've been here, having a look. And yeah, we were just parked behind that van there, but they're getting all the climbing gear out now. Just having a look at the view from this side. See all the individual stones which have come down, sitting there. So off they go with the big spongy mattresses. It's to protect them when they fall off the crag. They lay them out underneath, and then they climb on the rocks, and they have these like mats underneath, so don't break their ankles. Off they go. Monday, the 17th of February 2025. Bit overgrown here, got to duck down. So we've just walked up from the railway line after the Homestead estate, through a sort of footpath cuts through Menston, takes us up towards where the St John the Divine church at the top. That's Fairfax Hall, which I've shown you before, 1600s. Anyway, we're going to head along here and then down Bleach Mill Lane. Closing this road for a month. There's a big building site up here, the houses going up on the fields that were there. Which is the route that goes up towards Ilkley Moor sort of road, so a bit annoying if that's cut off. Anyway, this is Bleach Mill Lane now, and this goes along kind of on the very edge of Menston into the countryside towards what was the bleach mill. And of course it was where the textiles and things were bleached white and then hung out. So there's just a single little lane of houses, and on the back they've got a fantastic view, as you can see past that garage. Fantastic view looking across the River Wharf. And on this side you've got Ilkley Moor, so you've got lovely views either side really. So coming out towards the end of these little row of houses now, and it just goes off into the countryside. What did you see this morning when we drove along?
A sheep giving birth.
No one was in attendance, was just yeah. So that's what they're The houses there, the view they get at the back. Sort of a wharf running that way, and sort of Denton Moor up there, and Ilkley over that way. Lots of mole hills. And then up that way is up onto Ilkley Moor. So some big old trees. I think there's a few hundred years of growth in that one. There's one that blew down in the storm. Yeah. I think somebody's been and collected the wood. You can see piles of wood and things at the back of that house. Heading down the hill now, and you can just see there, through there, look, that's the mill pond for Bleach Mill. So as we approach the pond, you can hear the stream running down the hill, which would have supplied it. Sounds like plenty of water in it. So close to where the big premises was, and all the different buildings there were out here at Beach Mill. So this is it here. Of course, there's not much of it left. There's a little bit of it left, but you have to walk on this bit here, around the side of it. But you can sort of see the original gate posts and all that. And most of the complex of the buildings is gone, but there still is a stone building. We'll pass down here. Now these old gate posts, I mean, look at that, and the tree has grown up since that gate post been used. And look at the size of that tree. It's obviously it's an evergreen, so they grow quick, but still, since that gate post used, that massive tree has gone up there, very straight and tall. Plenty of sheds and things in there, isn't there? Some of the old mill wall here. And the original sort of door, the gate post there, look, to there. You can see some of the original buildings up there. We'll come to the next stream now. So if you go left up through these woods, that takes you up to the road, and then which is the one that cuts across the side of Ilkley Moor, and then of course you can walk further footpaths onto Ilkley Moor and things up there. So that's up that way, and then if you go straight ahead, so you can actually go right down the footpath where they're going. That's one footpath down that way. That takes you down to the railway line and things there, and you can go straight ahead as well. There's another footpath goes straight ahead. So just come round the bend here through this little farmyard, which is a right mess. You can't, the path does go up there and meets this little road up that way, but you can go through this way as well, a shortcut. What's that sound?
I'm interested in the walk down after this, later in the after this. $12.50. I'm not so.
That's the Chevin up there. can see Armscliff Crag over there, which is where we were earlier today. We just walked from home to this point here. Lots of sheep. Yeah, so they're repairing the fence but making wooden fence instead of this metal one. This metal one looks pretty old. But yes, there's obviously a defunct tennis court somebody's got in their grounds there. But obviously not been used in quite a long while. It's all mossy and the net's all depressed in the middle and all that. But yeah, that's not been used for a while. But somebody's got that anyway, part of their land. So we're coming into Burley and part of Burley and no, what are we now? Yeah, Burley and Wharfdale, and it's the top end of it, near where the train station is. But we're going to sort of veer right along an old railway line which used to connect up to here from Otley, which doesn't anymore. So this path just comes out here. It's a nice woodland area with a few houses just well scattered, and snowdrops and daffodils and all that sort of stuff coming up on the woodland floor. Big house there. Like a weather vane on top of the gate post there. Biggles. Yeah. Another big house there. Huge, that one. But it could be split in two, looks to be detached. So I'm wondering whether we veer off to the right here along a public footpath. If you go left, I think the road goes round to the railway station in Burley, in Wharfdale. We'll see. So this is the railway line heading towards Ilkley. The train has just come along actually, and just slowed down to the station just there. That's Burley and Wharfdale station. And then Menston station's heading in that direction where we came from earlier. So we're just doing a bit of a loop here. Now we need to get, I think, under the track here and onto the other side. Obviously loads of footpaths going different directions. So here's the little path, a tunnel under the railway line here we're going to go down. Walking along the railway line, but what we're going to do is we'll veer off pretty soon, and this is the route of another railway line which is now removed. So this used to be a point where they used to connect together, and this one went, you know, quite close to where we live now, and then headed off to Otley. So this was like an Otley connection originally, and of course of the beaching cuts and all that, they got rid of it all, which was stupid when you think about it now. That connectivity would have been fantastic. So we're just going along the route of an old railway line which connected to the existing one there. Yeah, and this is above some of the houses in Burley and Wharfdale. So you can see how we're now up on a raised embankment. Yeah, the current railway line goes up there, and that path takes you up. There's another little bridge you can get under, or tunnel under there. Takes you where we've walked previously up the side of that field. But this follows the route of the original line, which connects to the existing line. So if you look down there, we're higher up. If you look down there, we're looking down at the houses. So we're on the embankment here on the railway line. We're just continuing this walk. Of course, it's all trees and everything's grown up now since the railway line closed. We'll just continue this walk. You can look down. There's houses on that side. On the other side there's just fields. As we walk along this embankment. To go down because obviously the old railway bridge is gone here. So some little steps down, then go back up again on the other side, where this little road, which is a road which goes up into Menston, cuts. But we're going to go straight along, because that takes us reasonably close to our house up that way.
Where we're going?
Straight back up.
Along this one?
Yeah. Let's follow the line. So we're almost at the end of this part now, where we're going to meet the A65, then we'll just head up there back towards our house. But obviously this does continue again further on in our way down to Otley. So we are at the A65 now, and of course you can see the original bridge to come together. There's another embankment which went across up there, joining to this one. So you can see the original route of the line. And now this is like a little graveyard here. So on A65 heading up towards Menston. And there's more footpaths, so you can just go back up there and back onto the line again up there. There's Commonwealth War graves, I think, in here. And the little stream that flows through our estate, the Homestead Estate, this is how it is down here. It's got a bit bigger because other streams have joined it. It's called God's Acre Cemetery and Commonwealth War Graves, it says. And you can walk in there, there's all snowdrops and all that in there. And then continues on to the public footpath following the railway line along. Or the ex-railway line. So yeah, so then these first row of houses up here, that's the sort of housing estate which is just adjacent to ours. Previous owner of our house moved onto that estate. So what we've got here is a fantastic original old stone trough, like a water trough. You see it there, the feature, and like a gate post and all that. So like a lovely water trough, an old gate post just there next to the road. Now obviously if we continue straight on, we'll come to the Homestead Estate and then we just go right. But what we might do is we might take a right before then, just to get off the main road. This is the branch of the stream which comes through the Homestead Estate, and it goes down there and meets that other bigger one that we saw earlier on. Just a little trickle, this one. And it comes through this estate there here, the Halstead Estate. Right off the main road into the Halstead Estate, and then cut through that into the Homestead Estate, which is further up there. Save us walking up the main road here, was go along this nice quiet one. So this is the Halstead Estate. A little bit of brightness, the sun trying to break through. Bit of a problem with the street lamp here. It's actually on, even though it's broad daylight. For some reason that light's on. It's an LED one anyway, so not using much energy. Interesting houses up here. Each one's different. An issue with these lights. That one's on, it's broad daylight. Anyway, we're going to turn this little public footpath just to the left here, takes us through to the Homestead Estate. That way heads over the railway bridge, and then this way, we'll just come out of there, this way takes us into the gate. code to get into the homestead. Brings us out where this new house is being built here. Looking towards the Chevin, and the spire there is the Mormon church spire. There. So we're nearly back now. We're just the last sort of turn here, and then it's straight ahead to our house. Straight down the end of there. So thanks for watching. See you next time.